Hello, everybody! Ah! Welcome to the diaries. Well, it's still been a while since the last one, although not as long as the previous one, but for those of you who sat all the way through the last Darkslade diaries, I give you my sincere wowzers. Because that was not one of the better episodes. That was basically me talking about my life. And that's not what these are for. I don't mind putting in some things that are going on, but I didn't mean to make an entire episode out of it, so I apologize. Hopefully this will be a better episode with more things going on. But, since I brought it up, and to answer questions I have gotten, have things improved since last episode? Yes, quite a bit. Things haven't changed much, but they have improved. And improvement without the need of change, to me, that is a bonus. So, we're in a good place right now. This episode, I'm going to show you something. We're going to get a little bit musical here. And I'm going to show you something musical. And that ought to be musical. And we got some stuff on the Adventureland porch. I started this episode this morning. It's now this evening. And so now it's actually too late to go up there. But we'll be able to, on the morrow. And the main thrust of the Adventureland porch right now is the fact that the main thrust, I don't even know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, the main thing with the Adventureland porch right now is it's kind of confused. It's not sure what it wants to be, which means I'm not sure what I want it to be. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it. As I've made it pretty clear in the last episode, the last couple of months have not been, helping me out. Well, that's, the last thing. This month has been doing pretty good. Which this month is only, what is it, the 3rd? 4th on March. So for the last 4 days, nothing has exploded. So that's good. But some musical things coming up. I got a gripe today. I'm going to do that next, as a matter of fact, probably. And some other stuff that's going on the old round the ranch, Darkslade Manor, and some stuff dealing with Darkslade games. Hopefully I'll get that in here too. So hopefully I'm going to get some stuff in here to make this a little more interesting than the last episode, which was not only not a little more interesting, it wasn't even interesting, in my opinion. If you got anything out of it, yay! Why? But that's what's let's do's. Maybe we might get out of the house and do something this episode. I don't know. The price of gas, going, it makes it a little bit more difficult to go anywhere. But we will see what happens, okay? So, I think that's it. I'm looking over here because I got some papers piled up, and I thought one of them was something I wanted to show, but I guess not. So without any further ado, all right, let's get going. Oh. Well, it's stupid o'clock in the morning. What time is it? 7:30? 8 o'clock. Almost 8 o'clock. And I have to get ready to go out to Chandler to watch my junior bowler, who I coach on Tuesdays, bowl. And, help him out if he needs it. It's in Chandler. I hate that drive. I have to take the 51 to the 60, and the 60 is like driving in post-apocalyptic America. It is just a horrible, horrible freeway. It's not broken down or anything. It's just like it's so barren. You know, there's nothing there. But it's about a half an hour drive. So the things that I will do for my junior bowler, let me tell you a thing. Or for any of my junior bowlers. So here goes. I'm not taking the camera, but I'll have my phone, so if there's anything exciting to report, I will report it there.
Let's go!
Okay, so we're at a junior tournament here. Roland is doing pretty good. He's just got a silly look on his face. And we're at Ray, what's the name of this dump? Something on Ray Road.
AMF McRae Plaza Road.
AMF McRae Plaza, it's a dump. So it looks like a crack house. Anyway, I'm filming this on the phone, so it might look a little funky. I am not going to film Roland throwing his next 3 strikes, because if he knows the camera's running, he'll probably throw it on the wrong lane. And he agrees with that. But I will show you the end result. Let's take a look right now. Just a reminder, this kid is 9 years old. So there's Roland holding his ball, 9 years old, through a 258.
8-bagger or 7?
7-bagger. Good job, man.
Get a picture of him with his escort.
I will. So he's wound up with a 258 for a 550 series, starting with a 112.
Rolly, can you hold your ball?
Groovy. I'm home. So, was it worth it to go out there? Well, yes, of course it was worth it to go out there. And it was especially worth it to go out there because of how well Roland did. He was having issues the first game. He was pretty upset with himself the first game. And then about halfway through, well, maybe about a third of the way through the second game, he started getting it. He started understanding the lanes. He was able to work them better. And the second game was better. And then the last game, holy mother of cheese, it was just, well, 7 in a row, you know. Strike, spare, 7 in a row, and then he finished up. He didn't finish up bad, and beat us high game by a freaking country mile. So it was worth it, and to see the look on his face when he bowled that game, it was worth it. He was so happy. He was so proud of himself, and he deserves it. I've been working with him for quite a while. I coach him every Tuesday, and a lot of his issue is from self-confidence. Once he gets in the groove, once he starts getting his confidence up, he's pretty unstoppable. So, yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. I'm going back to bed, but it was worth it. I'm going to get something to eat, then I'm going to go back to bed. But it was worth it, and I have to work tonight. Hope that's worth it. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. Yeah. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. Yes, I have a gripe. This gripe involves Facebook, but this is the big difference. It's not about Facebook. It just deals with Facebook. And it deals with some people on Facebook. Now, this is not meant to be a slam. Yeah, it is. This is meant to be a slam on certain people. Not necessarily people I know, but personally, but, you know, things that I've seen. And that is, people seem to have forgotten what Facebook is for. Facebook is social media. Okay, everybody's getting social. Now, what social media used to be was your kids, your vacation, your home, you got a new car, your food. You went to a restaurant and you got a $30 plate of steak that's about the size of a postage stamp. That kind of thing. YouTube is the same. It was intended for you to be able to present yourself. Facebook is the same thing. So what is my problem? My problem is, okay, let me put it into pieces. We have news media. Everybody says one news media is slanted and the other media is slanted the other way, and blah, 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 blah. If you actually take everybody's opinions about news media, there basically is no news media that's reliable. Now that may be true. I doubt it, but it may be true. But people have recently gotten to this point where they feel they must re-report the news on Facebook. Facebook's not for re-reporting the news. If you want to get the news, go to a news channel. If you want to get rhetoric, then you go to Facebook. People have opinions. Everybody does. That's part of our freedoms, is to have opinions. But the problem is, opinions are like armpits. Most everybody has one, and they generally all stink. There are people who have not even posted a picture of their children for the last 6 years growing up, but they've been posting their gripes about government or whatever. We'll use government. That's the most common one right now. Okay, government happens. Government happens. There's nothing we can do about it. It's going to do what it does because the people who are involved in it are politicians. That's their job. That's what they train to become. Being a politician is not being a person with an opinion. That politician is a job, like an electrician or a plumber. And I could go all over the place with that one, but you don't either. Okay. So many people are so upset with the government. I'm not happy with it either. I'm like most people. I'm not happy with it. Am I a Democrat? Am I a Republican? Doesn't matter. None of your business anyway. But it doesn't matter. I'm a human who lives in America, United States of America. And consequently, I have my opinions too. But I don't feel it's necessary to splatter it all over Facebook like you guys do. Not like you guys, okay. That was a gut reaction. Like people on Facebook. A lot of people on Facebook do. If you don't like, let's say you don't like the president, fine. We probably know that by now. You don't have to keep repeating it every time you post something on Facebook. Or you do like him. You don't have to keep posting that either. We know. We already know. But if you keep posting this kind of stuff over and over and over and over again, it carries less weight, carries less strength. Everybody thinks, oh, he only thinks this way. Well, you're proving their point. You probably know, if you know me on Facebook, you know I don't post politics. Never, ever, ever have. And when I was growing up, which was before Facebook, which was before computers, I very seldomly, if ever, discussed it. Because I have my opinions. I don't know if my opinions are exactly right or wrong, but I'm not going to lay it bare out there for everybody to see as well. There are people who will say, I will unfriend you if you support this. Well, that is a piss-poor reason to unfriend somebody. Somebody you've known for a long time, for instance, and he believes that all sewer caps should be blue. I don't agree with that. That's your problem. It's not their problem. The main thing that I'm trying to get at, and having a hard time getting to it, is that in Facebook, we want to communicate. We don't have to communicate by means of worrying about politics. If you want to talk to me on Facebook, you're more than welcome to. Tell me about your last vacation. You know, tell me about the last movie you went to. Tell me how your kids are growing up. They're going to school. They're going to college. Are they happy? You know? You don't care if you're happy or not, as long as they're happy. There is not even a fine line, there's a thick line between being, well, I guess I made that wrong. I said that wrong. There's a fine line, okay? It's really fine. There is a fine line between opinion and reputation. And then you keep saying the same thing over and over again. A, it is not a surprise to anybody. B, we probably already know. And C, you become annoying. Annoying people on Facebook are very annoying. Okay? If you hear somebody say something that, or you watch it on the news, and somebody says something, you go, boy, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard. Well, you could be wrong. Could be right. Could not make any difference one way or the other. You don't have to post it and say, this person's wrong. Because there are thousands of people out there who are going to disagree with you. Millions of people that are going to disagree with you. It doesn't matter. That's not part of life. Unless you wake up every morning saying, I'm going to convince somebody that this is wrong. Nobody's going to be convinced, especially on Facebook. I did a thing one time on Facebook memes. And how people will post Facebook memes to try to make a point. But memes don't change anybody's mind. Your comments don't change anybody's mind. Ranting doesn't change anybody's mind. I'm ranting. I'm not changing anybody's mind. I'm just posting. Yeah. I'm just saying it's a gripe of mine. I would rather talk to you about life in general than talk to you about your views on politics. I don't care what they are. All right? Whether they agree with mine or don't agree with mine, even if I don't really have an opinion. I've lived, coming up next year, I'm going to be 70. I'm still here. Things have not changed as much as you might think they have. Are you kidding? We had this and that happened and all these things and there was wars and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're right. And I still have to pay rent. I still have to grocery shop. I still take vacations when I can. I'm still here doing the same thing that I probably was doing last year. Life probably feels the same as it did when I was a kid, except the music was better. Anyway, so that's my gripe today. Such as it is. I hope I do not turn you off of this channel by telling you this. But it's one of those things that's bothered me so much, especially at my age. You know, I've lived through Reagan, I've lived through Nixon, I've lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis, I've lived through Vietnam, through Khomeini and his craziness back in the 70s, late 70s. Still here, still doing the same thing. Anyway, that gripe is over for now. Well, we've come to the crooked scene part of the show where I'm going to show you a little something. Something we needed in the band ages ago and finally got it ages ago. This is a dulcimer. It's a Celtic dulcimer. It's tuned in what's called the ionic scale, which is D, A, D. We got this for one song. I say we, when the truth is I got it for one song, and we've used it maybe 2 or 3 times maximum. But I wanted to show it to you and give you an idea about it. Now, the ionic scale basically makes it difficult to play a bad chord. However, the guitar strap I'm using is a belt and a piece of string, and it comes off. Anyway. This type of dulcimer, not now a hammered dulcimer is one that's flat, laid out, and you take little hammers and you on them. This does not have a flarge on it, so you can't do that. But that sounds sour, doesn't it? But I'll show you how it works. Okay, so this is the onyx scale. I will play a little something for you, strum a little something. Difficult, but not impossible. Sorry, it's been a while since I held a guitar pick because, you know, I'm basically a bass player. And it kept sliding out of my fingers. So this is a dulcimer. Now we also have a mandolin in the band, but we use that very, very rarely because no one in our group is really proficient with the mandolin. I can play it, but I'm not very good at it. I'm better at this, although you wouldn't have known it by what I just played, but now one of the things about the ionic scale is if you look on the neck, you'll notice that the frets are not evenly spaced. That is to leave out those notes you don't want to play. That almost sounded like but we won't go there. I have to put this guy back together. There's some other little pieces missing, but it's too dark to see it right now. So I'll hunt them down later. These pieces all fit together perfectly. And I have my super duper glue, E6000. I used to use the 3000, but I heard this is twice as good. Well, anyway. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. Because I'm out of Coke. Well, I hope this one was more interesting than the last one. I know it had a big gripe in it, but I felt like griping. I will try in the next episode to keep the griping to a minimum, to keep this just generic dialogue down a bit, and show you some stuff. But I'll tell you what would help. Actually, this wouldn't help at all. It wouldn't make any difference. But if you would subscribe, ring the bell button. Do not smash buttons. You hear these people all the time, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Don't smash it. It's probably on your computer or your phone, and if you smash it, you're going to break something. Besides, it's a dumb expression for something that you can't physically, do anything to anyway. So subscribe and like if you want, comment, whatever, and hopefully the next episode. I always start when I'm going to talk about what's coming up next. I always start with hopefully. Life is weird. Anyway, the next episode will be have more stuff in it and less things. Okay. That's. Yeah, in the meantime, you guys have yourselves a great week or so. End of line.